listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Yeah, ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best, show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's something, don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumpin' where the dame late, bunch of train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the ref just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever, Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a Pelican forever, Pelican forever.
Cleveland was able to just get done tonight.
We didn't get much done at all defensively. You know, they got what they wanted. You know, we own it. One of our poor performances defensively, we just could not get our hands on them, and no momentum defensively at all. You know, so from start to finish, poor defensive effort. We own it. We got to get better and grow from this.
Offensively, seemed to start a little slower. Was it still like one of those things where it was shot quality was there that you liked, and then seemed like it changed?
Yeah, I'll have to watch it again. I didn't think we were getting bad shots. You know, I think it just felt like we were bleeding so much defensively, you know, that we lost our juice. We couldn't get any stop to get out and run. When we did get stops, we were fine. You know, we were playing with great pace, moving the ball, sharing it. But we were playing against a set defense. And then I felt their physicality. They were just a more physical team from the start on both sides of the ball. So, you know, that's an area that we've been moving the needle on, and we become more the aggressive team. And we just didn't have that tonight.
Yeah, we talked about DK so much this year, but I think it's another 25-5 night for him. Just what's impressed you most about, especially maybe these last 10 games, how he's kind of changed even and just continuing to grow?
Well, he looks like he belongs. You know, he absolutely belongs. He's having a massive impact out there against the top centers in the league. So, you know, he's been a big part of our recent success, and I expect that to continue. He's learning on the defensive end. I think that's the biggest growth here is defensively. Coverages, personnel, like they have two elite players right now that you got to be up and pick and roll, and Allen's rolling, and they're playing fast, and the gym is moving. So, but to his credit, he's staying. He's asking a lot of questions. He's growing both sides of the ball. So, really like his progress.
What do you think of Job Price did coming off of? I know you're trying to manage the games with the two-way stuff, but being inactive 2 games, and then coming back and right into the starting line.
That's what he's done all year. You know, he goes from not playing to playing. He never knows when his number is going to get called, but every time we've called his number, he's produced, and he's been great. So another example tonight. Good. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Shout out to the fan for all things Pelicans. Now tuned into the Pelican post-game report. Much love to you guys. Please feel free to hit upon the like button, hit the subscribe button. PPR in here representing the Flocking Nation. Stand up. Pelicans, man, run out of gas and huge loss to the Cavaliers. We up in this thing. So big ups to the fam, man. Listen, Pels went down, man, in this episode of PPR, man. We'll recap that thing. Much love. First of all, happy holidays to the family members. We couldn't come at you last night. We had some technical issues and difficulties. We apologize for that. You know, PPR always stand on business, man. We always making sure we handle up, and we just couldn't represent last night like we wanted to. But anyway, we're here. You know, we're here now. Shout out to DC. He couldn't make it as well. But big ups to the rest of you guys, man, for being in the stream. Let's hit these statistics in this one because this was a real interesting game. We had a lot of games within the crunch time manner to be able to win a physical game and then bounce to Cleveland to take on the Cavalier team. We down one of our best defenders. Some say our best defender in Herb Jones. Jordan Poole was also another great bench production bucket getter for us. He was missing in this game, so we missed his offensive production in this matchup. And like I said, they did not start Zion Williamson in this matchup. They brung Zion off the bench. He still produced. And, just like I said, Bryce McGowan's was the call, and they put Bryce McGowan's in, who was not playing, but Bryce got an opportunity to start. He's earned Coach Borrego's respect in this thing. So let's get right into it, man. Happy holidays to you guys as we get going in this matchup. As you can see, 141 to 118. Real interesting. They just lit the Pelicans up, man. If you take a look at the statistics here, they just lit the Pelicans up from downtown. Hit, look at all of the 3-pointers they hit on us. What is that? 9 more 3-pointers that they got on us. They shot 49 3-pointer attempts and hit 20 of them. That's a 41% clip. Pelicans were 11 of 26. So they kind of built and mounted a lead. They were just firing off on those 3-pointers. And it was just a lot like Coach Borrego. So it was a physical effort, and they did out physical us. They all did a lot of stuff in this matchup too, for the Pelicans, and we know Cleveland's been an up and down team. They haven't been all that great in their own building, but man, they had the vibe. They had the vibe in this matchup, man, as you can see. All right. Anyway, for the matchup, you can see that the Pelicans were 43 of 94 for 46%, 11 of 26 from downtown for 42%, which is respectable. They once again are hitting a very high clip on the foul line, 21 of 25. That's for 84% from the foul line. That is absolutely just beautiful. We just got dive bombed with these 3-pointers, 56 of 105 by the Cavs. They shot 53% from the field and 20 of 49 for 41%, 9 more 3-pointers than we did will definitely help. They only had 11 attempts with 9 of 11 from the foul line for 82%. They did out rebound us 49 to 43. In the assists, you can see the assists were flowing. They had 40 assists because they were circulating the ball. They were shooting the 3-pointers. They were just moving things. And they had a good bob and a momentum flowing for the Cavs. And they did not relent. They did not take the foot off the pedal. And they just mashed on through to the victory. As you can see, the steals, the Pelicans did have double-digit steals, 10-8. The block, 62 advantage Cavs. The Pelicans had 16 turnovers, but gave up 27 points off those turnovers, 13 by the Cavs, giving up 19. The fast break game was the Pels tonight, 25-11, but they woefully lost also in the paint, 72 to 54 in the matchup. So as you could tell, man, we just had a lot of stuff going on wrong in this lineup. We just didn't have, when you look at it, we simply just did not have enough of the firepower that we really needed to have in this game. It would have been nice having Jordan Poole's firepower, having him his anywhere between 17 to 20 points, extra firepower from him coming off the bench. And then, you could see that a lot of the players, the energy wasn't quite there. It was kind of off. We could see that we kind of got it. At times, the team showed some fatigue. A lot of times in this game, I witnessed fatigue from our Pelicans. It just wasn't the same. So they'll get some time to come home, get rested, and get ready for the Phoenix Suns. But you can see offensively in the production in this matchup, looking at the squad, you can see that the top guy was Zion off the bench. Another efficient day for Zion off the bench. With 21 minutes, he was able to get 26 points, 5 rebounds in this matchup, and an assist for Zion Williamson. Continue to be very efficient in terms of his minute production versus points. 21 minutes, 26 points, 5 boards. He led the team. 21 from Derik Queen, DQ, in 25 minutes. He was 7 of 14, 2 of 3 hit, 2 3-pointers. His game is so advanced. This kid had 7 rebounds and 5 assists. His game is so advanced. I mean, this man game is very advanced at this point. And it's like, Joe Dumars, we don't have too many of the whispers about, oh, Joe Dumars don't have a pick. He ain't know what he did with the pick. It was the worst pick in NBA or trade in NBA history, all this kind of nonsense, all this premature nonsense. And they didn't even see how it's going to work out. It was too premature. They need stories to write about, but there's very few stories about Joe Dumars being right here. You know, but I will make sure I cook that. I will make sure I cook all of their asses too when the season is over with, because I have all the clips, everything that they said, and we will bring out the clips when the season's over with. So Dumars definitely won that one. But outside of that, Queen, 21.7 boards, 5 assists, 2 of 3 from downtown. He was cooking. He had a few things going for him and facilitating. We just did not have enough defense and not nearly enough offense to let this team bomb us with 23 points. They had 9 more 3-pointers. Like I said, they really hit us up in the points in the paint game. They were working and being physical down there. So when you usually have that kind of that inside out thing going on, you know, them getting the wide open 3-point shots, you know, it'd make it difficult for you to climb out of the hole in their building. So it is what it is as far as that. Trey Murphy at 14 points in 26 minutes. Trey hit a couple of 3-pointers, 3 rebounds, 5 assists for him. Sadiq Bey in 26 minutes. Didn't get north of 17, 18 points like you usually would want to see. You want to see Trey get north of 20. You want to see Sadiq get somewhere north of 18 points a game. And then Fears get up there, 17 points, you know, and that kind of thing. Have outside of Zion, you have another double-digit guy, maybe Jose or somebody else, a PV. He throws in 8 or 9. Jose throws in 14. And we build, you know, that kind of thing. That didn't happen tonight. It didn't happen tonight, or today, rather. So, but outside of that, you can see Trey Murphy, 14 points there. Sadiq finished with 11 points, 5 of 13 from the field. He was struggling, 1 of 5 from downtown. Bryce McGowan's got in the game, 31 minutes, hadn't played in a couple games, but got in there and got 31 minutes of action. That's more than any other Pelican player. So Bryce, when his number was called, he got in there. He scored 8 points and 7 rebounds with 3 assists. He was 3 for 7 from the field, 1 for 3 for downtown. So you call Bryce McGowan's name. He comes in, plays defense, comes in and gives you some offensive production. Jeremiah Fayes, 27 minutes, 11 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists in the matchup. He did have 3 turnovers, but so did Zion, right? Off the bench, other guys, Eves got 13 minutes in the game. We haven't seen a lot of him. 7 points and 2 rebounds and a block for Eves. Jose Alvarado in 25 minutes, throwing 6 points, 2 of 4 from the field. He was 2 of 3 from downtown for 6 for Jose Alvarado. Micah Peavy, 14 minutes, 5 points, 2 of 4, and 1 of 2 from downtown. Jordan Hawkins got some time too. The sharpshooter got in the game, 22 minutes. He tossed in 7 points, was 2 of 5 from the field, and 1 of 2 from downtown. Carlo had 10 minutes, 2 points. Carlo was off in this one. Usually Carlo will come in with 10 or 12 or 15 minutes, and he'll throw in about 8 to 10 points quick for you because his game is like that, running up and down, getting put back dunks, alley-oop dunks. His game is fun. He kind of struggled. He had a couple of tip-ins. He missed a slam. Somebody fouled him on a slam. He just was off in his game. Just 2 points on 1 of 6 shooting from the field, but he did collect 5 rebounds. So that's pretty much what it is for the Pelicans in terms of what we've seen happen with them in this matchup. So the 5-game winning streak, of course, is over for the Pels. It's unfortunate. But what it does do, it gives the team something to work forward. Once, you know, we keep a couple of days off and then we come back to practice, you know, after the holiday or after Christmas, rather, we come back, focus on the tape, and we getting back to something, right? This loss was a huge loss in terms of points. We got blown out 141 to 118, but the morale among the support base, the Pelican faithful, hasn't fallen because we realize that the team has figured out its identity. We see that the team now has an identity and they understand what they need to do to press forward, play forward, and get back to winning. So you get knocked down, you get punched in the face, but I think the Pelicans will recoup from this. We got a couple of games that we'll be playing the Phoenix Suns, so we won't have to travel. We'll have them line up, man. And I think this will be an interesting series, to be honest with you, a matchup between these two teams. So I think the goal for the Pelicans for the rest of 2025 year is to finish strong, which sets up 2026 for big things. Because like I said, the good thing about not having the draft picks is like, okay, we don't have to tank for anybody. There's no incentive to tank. So it's only an incentive to win. So we're not that far out of the picture in the play-in, and that's something to aim for, and then aim for the playoffs, that sort of thing, right? So anyway, that is what it is in terms of what happened in this game. And we simply will say, okay, we were a little tired, got tired legs. We're a couple of starters down. Some of our top players, Jordan Poole hurt, we were down. We'll have some of those guys back, and then we'll get back to the business of winning, right? So anyway, we'll pivot to the preview for the Cavs, the Pels and the Cavs matchup next, a Monday matchup as well. But we're going to just focus, not with the Suns, but with a different team. But we're just going to focus on that, because within that, it's going to be interesting. The Phoenix Suns, they did beat the Los Angeles Lakers recently. They are 16-13. Over the last 5 games, Phoenix is 2-3. Pelicans, of course, is 4-1 after the loss to the Cavs. So what's interesting, the matchup indicator have this a lot closer than what it usually has, 55% going toward the Phoenix Suns. And that's because of the record, I believe, for the Pelicans at 8-23. But this is different. This is not the same Pelican team that we witnessed over the first, month and a half worth of season. This is a different team. The Pelicans have officially found their identity. They're playing behind an identity. They have a set 5 and have bench guys that are very good. Zion and Jordan Poole helping out. Now, let's kind of go through this right here. You can see some of the season leaders, 4 teams. Trey Murphy, almost 21 a game on 49.4% shooting. Shout out to Trey. You can see Mr. Booker, 25.4, usually cooks the Pels. So we have to be able to be conscious of where Devin Booker is at all times. He'll light you up. Also, Grayson Allen, when we played this team, lit us up. We can't have wide open 3-point attempts. We're going to have to refine that defense. Like I said, we'll have a few days off before we get ready for this matchup. So we'll have our rest back. And, we don't want to repeat, have a situation where we are in a losing streak. We have to get back to winning and at least get one of these games. It'll be fantastic if we can get both games against the Phoenix Suns, but at least split with them at the very least, right? But anyway, Booker, 25.4 with 46% shooting from the field. You can see Williams is the top rebounder. Queen is the top. Not only, I don't know if people realize this, but Queen is not only, he's the top rebounder, but he's also your top assist guy. And his numbers are actually pretty good for a rookie coming in here. And he should have been, the way he's playing, how did people allow him to fall out of the top 10 is beyond me. But this was a fantastic class, no matter how you cut it. And you say Booker 6.6 on the assist game, Queen at 4.1. And of course, you go into the injury report. You can see Grayson Allen has a knee issue. Green is mentioned. He has a hamstring issue. He's out until next year. And you can see Merrill with a concussion is listed for return after not the first, but the second game for the Pelicans. So you can see Grayson Allen supposed to return from his knee issue in time to see us on the 26th, right? And if you look down here to the Pelicans injury report, you can see Poole, also him and Herb, both were dealing with ankles, are supposed to return for that Phoenix first game. So we'll see if everything sticks and stays with that. And, hopefully we can get those guys back because we're going to need them in this matchup. Now, also DeJounte Murray. Notice that DeJounte Murray is on the injury list. Now, remember, he was not mentioned on this list. This is the first time he appeared on this list this year since his problem. You can see he had the Achilles issue. He's lined up for January the 2nd. So they know exactly when he's supposed to be coming back. And listen, regardless or not, whatever the Pelicans can do, we'll do with DeJounte Murray by the trade deadline or perhaps into the offseason. Maybe Joe Dumars doesn't move anybody. He just keeps them all together. And maybe when you get to the offseason, then there'll be movement. You see what I'm saying? Somebody is going to move, maybe not. We'll see how it goes. But having a DeJounte Murray, if a Jordan Poole is not available, is a huge asset, because despite that, DeJounte Murray, not as fast as he used to. He's going to be with the Achilles, but he's still a guy that can give you leadership. He's still a guy that can give you some defense. He's still a guy that's really intelligent, that can help you on the floor. So having a $30 million player like DeJounte here, if Poole can't go, or you see what I'm saying, that's a huge help regardless of how you slice it. But anyway, Poole and Herb lining up for this Friday matchup. We'll see. The Phoenix Suns averaging, you can see right here, the Phoenix Suns number at 115 a game while giving up 114 a game. So there you go. The Pelicans at 115, giving up 123. If you refine those numbers down since Borrego has gotten here, it'd be interesting to see what that is. And I'll prepare and see if I can do some research on that and find what those numbers are since Borrego's taken over the team. And some of those numbers are actually really good. The points per game number is up higher. So a lot of the stats are tainted from the first month or so worth the season, right? You see 47% from the field, 42 rebounds a game for Phoenix versus 43 by the Pelicans. The assist game, 25.5 versus 25 for the Pelicans. Blocks 4.2 versus 3.6. The steals are up 11 steals per game, which is a big metric for them because of, they're very defensive minded. They have Brooks there, and Brooks has these little antics. But despite the fact like he was doing little, I ain't gonna say weird, he does little annoying things. So you have to be able to stay in your spirit against he's not exactly Draymond Green. He's a little weirder than Draymond Green. Like he got, now I don't know, y'all probably seen the video when LeBron was shooting free throws and he kind of, waited. And LeBron was, you get a hand slap from your teammate when you make a free throw, or even if you miss it, you get a hand slap. Well, LeBron slapped one guy, a hand slap with the guy on the right, got one on the left, and then he came in there and hand slapped him. And LeBron was like, "What are you doing, man?" So, I mean, he does staring him down while he's waiting for him to get off. I mean, just stuff like that, little kind of, clumsy antics, but you just have to stay on your game against Dylan Brooks. So, I mean, yeah, he's actually a pretty decent player without all the antics, man. The guy can really play. I mean, he's a 20-point scorer for the Suns. And before he got really weird I think came over from Oregon. He was actually he's a really decent player, above decent. He's a good player. It's just all in the other antic stuff. I guess it gives him a press. But anyway, you can see right here, the Pelicans' last 5 games right here, the loss to Cleveland. The Phoenix Suns, however, you can see them 2-3 over the last 5, but you can see they were fighting in some of these games. They were able to beat the Golden State Warriors back on the 18th of this month. They did lose to the Lakers previously on the 14th, but by 2. So you can see they've been competitive over the last 4 games and really kind of hammering the Lakers the other night, 132-108. So you're getting a very motivated Phoenix team that's trying to pivot and take a few steps. They would love to get a couple of wins to elevate themselves. And of course, we would love to get a couple of wins against this Phoenix team to get to double-digit wins. And then, getting to 10 wins means that we're 13 losses out of this thing and might 4 or 5 games out of the final playing spot, which is pretty phenomenal if you think about where we came from. All right, so let's do this as well. Let's move to this and give you a little list right here and kind of get you familiarized. You can see Devin Booker is the top dude there, averaging 25 points a game, 34 minutes. You can see Dylan Brooks is second on the team. He's averaging 22 points in over 30 minutes of the game. Grayson Allen, who's supposed to return, is averaging 16. Green is not going to be available at the 15, and that's just for 2 games worth. You can see Gillespie, the guard, is 13.3. Williams, the center, at 13 points per game with 8 boards. He's there, and then so on and so forth. So this is some of the guys that we'll have to deal with here in this matchup. And like I said, this is not going to be an easy game for the Pelicans. I mean, we are in the Smoothie King Center, and that's a positive right there. But at the same time, we have to be able to galvanize and take care of business. Colin Gillespie, Devin Booker, Grayson Allen's supposed to come back, Dylan Brooks, and Mark Williams. You can see backup guys, Jamari Boya, Jordan Goodwin, Royce O'Neal. If Grayson can't go, Ryan Dunn and Iggy Iguodala, the backup big there. And they also have Nick Richards here on this team as well. So this is a long team. They're an interesting team. The Phoenix Suns are fighting to kind of keep finishing this season out on a strong note. And this is one of the situations where the Pelicans will have to deal with a physical team once again. And we're going to have to smash down and take care of business and get this right and get back on the plus side of winning and not allow our 5-game winning streak to quickly become a 2-game losing streak. That's how fast it flip on you in the NFL or anywhere for that matter. So what's my call on the game? I think ultimately, I believe the first matchup, I think the Pelicans get this one. I don't think we sweep the Suns. If we sweep the Suns, that will really be a great thing for us to sweep them, being that we'll be playing them where we plan them. And the family members, the crowd will be into it, so it's going to be a slam-packed, jam-packed event because it's good basketball. I would love for them to sweep them, but I think ultimately the Pelicans will split with the Suns in this thing. Like I said, we got back-to-back matchups against Phoenix. It won't be easy. And then we get a day off on Sunday, and then they have to be back at it on Monday, I think against the Bulls. So as a team, all I can really request and ask them, I would love for them to sweep the Suns, but all I can really, really want is like to have for us just to split with the team, right? Not go on a losing streak and just do what we got to do. But this will say a lot about the Pelicans. How do they respond as a team from having your losing streak snapped violently and getting blown out by the Cavs? How do you then bounce back? What's the psychological component that Coach Borrego as a coach has put upon his team? Can we then be able to galvanize and get back on the winning thing? Sweeping this team with this matchup would be phenomenal, meaning that we've come a long way, but still in all, all I can say is at least a split with the Suns. It's not no punk team. This is a team that's actually playing pretty good basketball. They're physical. We have to have somebody, and I think probably Sadiq will guard Dylan Brooks or something to that degree. And we just have to be on game, man, against this team, man, and handle that business. You know what I mean? All right. So anyway, man, that's what we got for y'all today on this episode of PPR. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think that we win? Can we get both of the games? Or are you saying that we split? Put it in the comment section below and let me know. Also, feel free to hit the sub button. Hit the sub button. If you're not a sub up to PPR. Also hit the like button and the share button on social media. If you're listening via X, please retweet, and retweet again. That helps us out, man. So with that being said, man, happy holidays to y'all, man. Have a Merry Christmas to the family out there, man. We appreciate y'all. It's been a phenomenal year so far with the Pelicans, all the ups and the downs. But guess what? It's just the beginning. It's a lot of great basketball left to be played. So with that being said, y'all enjoy y'all Christmas, and I'm going to holler at you on Friday. Much love. Peace, and go Pelicans.
You're listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network. For all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Yeah, ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best, show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always saying, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumping where the dame late, bunch of trains. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the ref just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever, Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock Yeah, fly or die, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever.
Hey, New Orleans! Whether you're catching up on Saints news at Jackson Square, checking Pelicans scores in the Garden District, or staying updated on LSU while grabbing coffee in the French Quarter, there's one place that keeps you connected to everything that matters in our city. From Bourbon Street to the Superdome, from Preservation Hall to the riverfront, New Orleanians are staying in the know with thewhodatdaily.com. Your daily source for Saints, Pelicans, LSU, and all the sports, music, and culture that makes our city special. At work downtown, at a game in the Dome, or just relaxing by the Mississippi, wherever life takes you in the Big Easy, you can stay connected. Because when you're from New Orleans, you don't just live here. You stay in the NO. That's stay in the know. Visit thewhodatdaily.com and never miss what matters most to Who Dat Nation.
Welcome to the Pro Shop, where we create authentic NOLA-inspired clothing for men, women, and children. From Saints jerseys to Pelicans gear, everything's crafted right here in New Orleans. Whether you're shopping the Pro Shop, the Pel Shop, or the Pro Shop Kids, we've got your whole family covered with genuine merchandise that represents our city's spirit. Check for links in the description section below or in the chat.